is where the wrestling truth resides.
So Maverick has asked, is it true the rookies from Dirty Dragon were scared to work?
Dungeon.
Dungeon.
Dragon. You dirty dragon.
Dirty Dragon.
Sounds like an 80s
That's
video
not
game.
your nickname for you, cat. You're the dirty dragon.
Sounds like a really dirty, like,
You big dirty dragon. The Dirty Dungeon were scared to work me. I don't know.
old school mentality.
Probably because I was the old guy and they probably thought I would beat them up. Also, probably because a lot of them were trained by like 5 different people instead of just one. Because a lot of those Dirty Dungeon guys were trained through the IWE. Actually, after I had sold it, the IWE tried doing their own like summer training school.
Oh, I remember.
What it was is I used to run training weeks back in the day where the ring would be up for a week. And everybody could come, and I would tell people in advance so they can plan it out.
Hang on, I'll find the phone.
We'd have our 4 to 6 shows a month, but we would do a student show at the end of this training week. So the ring would go up on a Sunday night after the country jam in Cityside's banquet hall. Yep. Everybody would show up. We set the ring up, and it'd be up from that Sunday night to the show the following Saturday.
Did you say country jam?
We do a country jamboree every Sunday during the day.
Jamboree. Okay, cool. Got up. All right.
There'd be people there playing banjos and mang tambourines. It was cool. A bunch of old people. It was actually kind of sweet. It was kind of nice. It's refreshing. I never stayed, but like it was good to see a bunch of old people having a good time with people they knew and eating good food. And anyway,
don't forget the belt sander race. Jeez.
So,
it's not here that do that.
So I'm going to get to the point though. Sunday. So that Sunday night, the ring would go up. And it would be up all week to that following Saturday. So it'd be up for almost a week. And people would know in advance because we'd have our show, big shows at the beginning of the month, and this would be a student show. So a lot of students would be, all the students would be on the show as long as they trained during that week. And that's why I could help build up their matches and kind of agent some of the shit, work on new moves and spots, get everybody nice and seasoned for their show. So they didn't look like shit in front of their friends and family. And it'd be a cheap ticket day. The tickets were like $5. $5 tickets. Front rows were $10. $5 tickets. So anybody could go. And it would pack the place because all the wrestlers that were in training got to have all their friends and family come for $5 a whack. So if you had like 5 people in your family, $25 are coming in. You know what I mean? And the money was literally going to pay for the training week. I kept none of this. The guys would come in, pay a daily fee. It'd be like $10 to come train that day. So you can come in every day. It'd be $10 a day. Anyway, if you paid me your monthly fee, it was included. So you didn't have to pay anything. But anyway, the training week would happen. We'd train, have the show on the Saturday, and all the money from the show and the training week paid for the week's worth of rental from Cityside. Well, they thought I got that for free. By they, I mean Bomb and Sonny. No. That's how I paid for it. At the end of the week, on the Saturday after the show was over, I paid for that entire week from the show proceeds and everybody's training money from that week. I paid for it. If there was anything left, cool. Great. I got a little something out of my time. Because otherwise I made nothing. The training week was for the students.
Right.
These guys decided to run their own training weeks at Cityside. Never paid them.
I was trying to look up a photo I had that I took, but I couldn't find it.
Never paid.
There's a photo somewhere that I took.
And they would get, like, Bomb would show up to help train. Sonny would help train. I think I had Shorey helping.
Yeah.
What the Dirty Dungeon got created out of this was all the students from there. Eventually, those summertime training classes stopped.
It was very brief.
It stopped because they didn't pay.
Yeah.
And they told them, get the ring out of there. You can't leave it here no more. So they had no place left to go. Well, the Dirty Dungeon started. They had this like barn / garage thing.
I was there.
That literally like you had to sneak into the place. It was creepy as fuck.
I could tell you all about it because I was there through the whole entire process.
It was creepy as fuck. And
that shit.
I hated all the way. Like I hated the whole process of this. I hated all these students that were like half-ass trained. I give it to Killian for trying to clean up the proverbial mess that he didn't start. Killian tried to clean. I give that to him. He was cleaning up a mess that he did not start.
I tried to help him too, but it was kind of just like you knew it wasn't going to go anywhere. Like
Because it was so sporadic and it was never planned. And then there'd be people that would be training there every day, but then there'd be nobody training there. Like if someone has trained there once a month, and I'm like, this is not how you run a school.
But at the same time, I mean, there was weekly training sessions, but at the same time, this was also literally right before the Limitless Dojo became a thing. Once
the only place available was the dungeon.
The entire Dirty Dungeon dissipated.
Also, it also dissipated because the place where it was at was kind of like falling apart.
Oh, it's
the ring was falling apart.
I can tell you some fucking horror stories about that place. Not even just about the integrity of the building. Unfortunately, this is a building that Roadblock had gotten for Sean, and what ended up happening was Roadblock would go and use the ring time, like to go spend and do whatever in the ring. The problem was he was leaving all the fucking lights on. So this dumb shit would rack up the electricity bill for the guy that owned the entire property. So when it came to paying the rent or paying the bill monthly, it increased, and we were like, well, why is it so much? And they're like, oh, because the electricity bill went up. And we're like, well, why is the electricity bill going up when we're there? We shut all the lights off. This fucking dumbass would fucking go there in the middle of the night or on a day that we weren't doing training and just, I don't know who the fuck he was doing shit with, but he wasn't like training with anybody, and he would leave all the fucking shit on and leave. And
he's probably throwing a girl the ring and then trying to get a little something, if you know what I mean.
Probably. And
that's an old school trick.
At one point, I called him out. This was, again, years ago. It was 2018.
Gross.
I called him out, and I was just like, why the fuck are you leaving the lights on? And he's just like, I never left the lights on. And I'm like, we literally have...
Also, that place is a fire hazard. So, like, if you left the heaters on, too, and the lights on, that thing could have caught fire. That building was falling apart.
We had heaters on in that fucking place, but it was when it was being supervised. This dumb shit was fucking leaving all the shit on and leaving and just going home. And I'm like, are you fucking retarded? And I'm like, obviously.
He's probably trying to show someone the shit and then trying to think he's hot shit and trying to get some. You know, that's probably what it was. It's a show off move. It's stupid and old school and terrible.
I made an ultimatum for him. I told him, I was like, you either turn this shit off going forward or you're not welcome back. I don't give a fuck if you have the building or not. He wasn't even paying anything for the building. We were the ones paying shit for the building. He was just the one that had the contact. He wasn't paying fucking shit for the building. Sean and me were the ones that were paying for the building.
Mm-hmm. And so, continuing the story, to answer the question, the Dirty Dungeon kids were scared of me. That was also, I think, instilled from certain circumstances.
Right.
First things first, I remember, I don't know if I should bring this up. Sorry, JP, I'm going to bring it up.
Listen.
Here we go. No, I'm just going to let it do it. I'm just going to do it. It'll be okay.
You can bring up whatever you want.
Okay. So, JP was helping with this said school with Killian.
Yep.
And it was all public online.
It was.
And on one of the posts, it said that somebody over here was trained at New England Pro Wrestling Academy.
Yeah.
JP,
he had trained there a couple times, yeah. For roughly a 6-month time span.
I trained there for 6 months.
And a certain owner, Brian Fury, saw it and proceeded to rip someone a new asshole.
Yeah, because I didn't say the whole time that I paid for it.
Yes. So that was probably one incident. I probably got blamed for that, even though it was not my fault.
I trained 6 months with you, 6 months with Fury.
And then you came back and did more with me.
I did more with you, but I also, at the same time, when I was still living in New Hampshire, I did stuff with Owen Brody.
He doesn't want to say it, but he did 6, 6, and 6. He did 6 months with me, 6 months there, and then 6 back with me, because that's the devil's number. Devil.
And Eric Johnson still booked me.
Well, you know, when you put in 6, 6, and 6, that's 6, 12, 18 months. Eventually, you're going to have a match sometime, I guess.
I mean, I had a match after my first year. I was still training, but I was also still...
I know, because I remember the day I talked about it, because you're like, how long do I have to keep paying and training for? And I said, until I say so, because you suck. And then you finally...
I wrestled 11 months after my first training session. Zach, same month, and then Jossie and Amber probably 2 months before.
Yeah, because they caught on quicker there, which they're natural.
Obvious.
But to finish the last part of why the Dirty Dungeon kids were probably scared to work me, I'm going to give to actually Killian. So I gave him commendations for picking up things, trying to clean up the mess and fixing it. But I also heard him say a few things about the way I train compared to the way he trains. And I have no problem saying I train better than you. Don't ever criticize me. Ever. If he's watching this. I have no problem with you. But I know what you said about me. Keep that in mind. Okay. That's why the kids were scared of me. And JP knows that's why he's laughing, but kind of turned his face. He doesn't know shit.
And a Kevin answered.
I'm sure, but you know what I'm talking about too.
Oh yeah, no, that 100.
Killian need to learn to not keep my name out of his mouth. He ain't done shit compared to what I've done. So this is me getting a little pissed off, but this is me saying thanking him for cleaning up the mess that he didn't start, but also saying, keep my name out your mouth. I know we have no problem now, and this is all water under the bridge, but you know what you did and what you said to those kids, and now guess what? They all learned the exact opposite. Hence why they came and saw me at the dojo and left you.
And now look at where most of those kids
You're welcome.
They went to the dojo.
The dojo. Because I was there full time when they came up.
They made the right choice.
That's why some of them are currently watching and talking about it in this chat. Because they learned the truth.
That way. On my screen, anyway.
The chat's down here to me where they pop up. They pop up down here.
For me, it's.
I don't know why, but this is maybe just thinking.
But anyway, did I miss it? Oh. Am I Will Smith? Which one am I? Am I Will Smith?
Keep my wife's name out
Okay.
your fucking mouth.
I'm going to.
So,
Chris Rock get off. You see Chris Rock's voice change. He's like, "I'm going to him." He's like, "My bad. I'm sorry. Don't hurt me."
Seriously, if you watch the beginning of that, you see Will cracking up. He thinks it's funny as shit. Then he's like, "This is great. This is great." Then he turns and looks at Jada, and Jada's got that like motherfucker look on her face, and he's like, "I gotta do something about this, don't I?"
To sum it up, I have no problem with Killian now, but he knows the shit he said to those kids then because they all fucking told me.
Oof.
And all learned from me at the dojo, and I helped train them leaps and bounds from where they were. Yeah. And they realized the truth. They all still respect Killian because they helped them. When they all got left abandoned by the IWE school,
there was nothing.
So they still respect him, but they respected me more to tell me the shit he used to say about me. And that's why Jason brought up why he used to be scared from me. Thank you, Jason.